What's going on, everybody? This is like my fifth take at this shit, so I better fucking. I'd like to put out a video about something that happened to me today in the gym that I'd like to address as a needed discussion. This discussion needs to be had. It's being had, but it needs to be opened up to the public because it blows me away that this is allowed to happen. So, walk into my gym, ready to go, and it's almost as if it was planned, but this gentleman, his head trainer, looks me straight in the eye, which I, again, completely acknowledge that this is like the right way to do it. Looks me straight in the eye, calls me by my first name, Lucas, shakes my hand, says, "Can we have a minute? Can we speak?" And I said, "Absolutely." I had about 30 things went into my head. I thought he was going to offer me a job or something based on what I've been doing in the gym or whatever. I don't even know. He sits me down and says, "You're conducting illegal activity at our gym." And I asked him to expand on this, and he said that I was training people at the gym, that I was profiting basically off of this. And I was like, "Whoa, you got to back up. I'm definitely not profiting off of anything here." I explained to him that I'm training with my partner. We're training just general training. I mean, eventually in life, maybe I'll have goals and do other things with it, but we're just training to get a lot stronger and get more aesthetic. But I'm not profiting off of it. I'm just teaching him stuff that he needs to know because he's a new guy. But that's about it. And then I'm also teaching my sister, who I'm actually losing money. Like when I take her to the gym, I use my own dime to get her into my gym. So like I pay for her to get into my gym. Hopefully she gets a membership soon, which would be great. We're gonna work out with my sister and teach her my stuff. But I'm not profiting off that again. And I told him that. And his next word out of his mouth, which is what I'm going to have this debate about, I want to have this discussion about with people, and I quote, this is going to blow people the fuck off their chairs. I quote, "You cannot give advice at our gym anymore. You are no longer allowed to talk to anyone and give them strength, fitness, health advice at the gym anymore." And if I was a dick, I could bring this to the public and showcase it. But I know that I'd probably lose because it probably is illegal or it is against the code of conduct based on the fact that they have trainers there that are profiting or are making money off of training people, which I completely agree with and I completely understand. But what is more important than any of the money, any of all that, is that there's a freedom of information age that we're in right now, that there's a problem that people have with you being successful and giving and helping other people be successful for free. Okay? Now, I've actually thought about this in the past, and I will start charging people for what I do, and I will start once I'm actually certified and once I have the documentation. And I will start, well, or I will start, if I'm not certified or have the documentation yet, I will start trading favors, like, you buy me dinner, we could talk, and you could talk me about fitness and stuff, and I'll talk to you about business, and I'll learn a lot of stuff about you, stuff like that, where it's really smart to learn and go back and forth about stuff. Great. But what really blows me away is that in this freedom of information age we live in, where you can look this stuff up online, you can talk to people in the gym, that's the other premise of this thing. You go to the gym so you can talk to people and learn from other people that are having success. You don't go to the gym to just bullshit around, not really talk to anyone at all, and just do your own thing. I mean, I do that every once in a while, but generally over, a dozen times going to the gym, you're going to have a lot of people that you're going to talk to and you're going to get feedback from. So, but this guy right here is not allowed to give advice in the gym. So, I mean, I could take that however I want to take it. I can't give you advice about buying a car, but in just being objective, just being realistic, I'm not allowed to give advice to anyone in my gym about health and fitness. It just blows me away. and I'd like to have everyone else take the floor and have this discussion, because this needs to stop, and it needs to stop now, because people need to be able to learn and be able to have the freedom of information where you're able to learn anything you need to learn based upon our constitutional rights. And it surprises me that this still happens today when all this stuff is just out there, you know. And the last point I'd like to make is the only reason they're really doing this, the only reason they're really pinpointing, picking me out, two reasons. First of all, and they go in tandem. First of all, so in the past 3 months, my numbers on all my lifts have probably gone up in about 150 pounds on my squat, bench, and deadlift. Now, you can take that as you want, but just in the gym, I talk to all the trainers a lot. I talk to everybody. I'm really good friends with everybody. And we talk about the lifts and how I'm doing and how they're doing, blah, 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 blah. And people know that I aesthetically also, that I'm putting on weight, I'm making gains, and I'm making strength gains also. Just today I broke a 20-pound PR on bench. You get what I'm saying? So that is what people are a little, and that's part of I haven't actually coded it yet, but that's what people are most scared of, is they're scared that because you're making gains, you're helping others make gains, that they're scared that you're going to take their job, or you're going to take their opportunities. Okay, that's number one. And number two, what goes in tandem with that is that they're scared that because you're ahead of the curve by, I'm on the latest information, using the latest and most scientifically found information to my advantage, using powerlifting and bodybuilding, using like a power lifting hypertrophy training splits every 2 weeks. But it's not about that. It's just about how I'm ahead of the curve a little bit in terms of where everybody else is in the gym, what they're teaching, what the trainers are teaching, and what the consensus is with them, what the curve is, where they're at in terms of 5-10 years ago what the best was. And it's not optimal anymore based upon the studies and the research that have come out since then, through people like Lane Norton, Martin Burkham, I think I got that right, and trying to think of the other guy's name that's been Alan Aragon. There's people that are really, really know their shit that I'm following and trying to learn the most off of. Okay, another one's like Mark Ripto. But it really blows me away that people are that intimidated and that scared that you're doing something, and there's a scarcity in this world that, I'm going to cut to a clip from Joe Rogan and Brian Callen, that there's a scarcity in this world.
I think what happens is a lot of times they say, well, you know what, there is scarcity in the world, so there's only a certain size of the pie, and if you're doing this, you've taken up all the pie and there's no room for me. Yeah, not true, man.
Not at all.
There is no scarcity.
It's a terrible way of thinking,
if you open yourself up to something beautiful and great and let that work through you and really be affected, be astonished by it, be scared by it,
yes,
be brought to your knees by it, whatever it takes, you will find way more strength in that surrender to the beautiful than you will when you close yourself off. And all of us, man, all of us had this notion to go, I'm closing myself off and fuck this.
I'd like to give you guys the floor. If you'd like to debate with this, comment. If you're on the thread that I put this on, feel free to talk with me about it. Again, I'd love to have a mature debate, none of this childish stuff, calling people each other names. Just have a mature debate about what this is really about, okay? And just moving forward in the health and fitness industry. All right, take it easy.